Hi and welcome to Secrets of Franklin. I'm your host Claire, and today my partner Erin and I will be uncovering some of the mysteries hidden within our very own library. Let's go check them out. Opening in 1962, FHS has evolved into the building it is today. Modifications include the library, which was completely relocated from the current student services to the north entrance. The original library could be entered from the green room and the front hallway. But the late 1970s, FHS students only had 4 computers in the library, and just one was able to connect to the internet. Fresh on the job, Mr. Sabar's first task was to organize and move the library. Students from the National Honor Society emptied and moved the overcrowded bookshelves as an act of volunteer work. While doing so, Mr. Sabar uncovered some interesting items, such as a domestic medical practice book from 1913, an encyclopedia set, an original map of Franklin, and a Braille Bible.
I was expecting a bigger library for a bigger school. Then they told me, well, if you do accept the position, there is going to be a hard hat in it for you. And they gave me this and said, because we're building a new library, which was this one right here.
The medical book that was discovered is well over 1,000 pages with cures that are somewhat foreign to those of today.
So remedies, which I think are really hilarious for some of these remedies they have in here. They are no longer the practice.
And while investigating, we indeed found some comical solutions and advice to modern-day problems. When we first opened up the book, the introduction made it very clear that only the intelligent were able to read such a novel. Ignoring that completely, we moved on to find unusual stretches to relieve tension of the muscles. And last but not least, there was something called a vapor tub. Hot air and steam apparently traveled through the spout into the container. Furthermore, within the pages we discovered many bookmark spots. A single newspaper shred indicated a piece about the suggested time period. It headlined, "Trade Treaty with Great Britain to Silence Hostility to Hull's Policy." Next, we found a handwritten bookmark indicating a cure for bleeding lungs. There was no name on the paper and no explanation for the bookmarking of this disease's cure. A compound tincture of cardamom, 1 teaspoon. Finally, we turned to page 1205, where we uncovered an excerpt from perhaps another novel giving a brief biography regarding a 10-year-old Julie Martins. Another interesting selection of books was discovered by Mr. Savar. It was a unique encyclopedia set. The set of books were hidden away in an old storage box and were uncovered by Mr. Savar during the renovations of the library.
You don't see these too often. And I think this one is Moroccan leather bound, because that's what you want encyclopedia to be at the time. They want them to be, sturdy, and at the same time, very decorative. And all of this in here is gold leaf.
In addition, the books hosted original artworks. These silkscreen prints were all handmade Oriental portraits of traditional cultures, thus adding value to the books themselves. Due to the labor it took to create these masterpiece artworks, it has greatly increased the value of this encyclopedia set. We also discovered a yellow map that lists and labels exact locations of the original owners of the land in Franklin from 1876. Not much is known about the map, aside from its authenticity.
Another find was a Braille Bible. The reason for the Bible being at the school is relatively unknown. The Bible included a card that explained the Braille alphabet and brown sheets to slide down the page to keep track of one's reading. Perhaps this item will forever remain a secret.
Thanks so much for tuning in to our second episode of Secrets of Franklin. Now I gotta go hit the book.